Hello Rosebuds and welcome back to a brand new video. So as you guys can tell by my pumpkins and my scary pillow, I am so excited for this Halloween season. It is also one of my other favorite seasons, which is Libra season, because it is my birthday month. So this is like the most festive month of the year for me. Anyways, to kick off this Halloween costume video series, I am starting off with costume ideas for couples. So you guys could do it with your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, a stranger if you want. I don't know, just any other person works. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Nava Rose, and don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the notification bell, which you would want to do because I'm going to be posting a lot of Halloween videos. So stay tuned. And also, if you guys are returning and you guys are wondering why this is my intro is not my intro, I officially cannot use that song anymore. So I'm going intro-less until I figure out what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Let's jump into this video. Okay, so we're gonna start off with one of my favorites, which is Ariana Grande and NASA. So for those that don't know, Ariana has a very popular song called NASA, so I thought this would be a perfect couple's costume. Connor is wearing a NASA astronaut outfit that we got on Amazon. I think it was like $40, and I'm of course dressed like Ariana Grande, so I'm wearing an oversized NASA hoodie that I got from Old Navy, some thigh-high boots, and of course you're not Ariana Grande without a very long Ari ponytail. This costume idea is just super simple, and I feel like you could also use the clothes even after Halloween. Well, I mean, except for the astronaut costume, because you're probably only gonna wear it once. Oh, and Connor also had NASA Vans, which was a perfect addition to this costume. Next up, we have my favorite couple from some of my favorite horror movies, you know, The Conjuring and Annabelle and, you know, movies like that. So here we have Ed and Lorraine Warren. And of course you guys could see Connor does not know how to carry a haunted doll. Like, you can't be swinging it everywhere like that. It's gonna haunt you. Connor is in a gray suit because Ed, I don't know, he kind of just wears suits and just that formal attire. I tried to match Lorraine's outfit as best as I could. So I'm using a blue colored shirt with a black dress over top and some black booties, and you know, I just look like a 90s school teacher, but it's fine. And of course you can't forget the Annabelle doll, which, by the way, a fun side fact, the real Annabelle doll was actually a Raggedy Ann doll, so that's why we decided to go with this one versus the one from the movie, because the one from the movie is really scary and I just didn't want that in my apartment just sitting there, you know. So next up, we have the costumes from the movie Us. If you guys haven't watched it yet, it's definitely a good one to add to the list, especially for this Halloween season. So for the costume, it's super easy. Honestly, you're just wearing a red jumpsuit, one brown glove, and you're just holding gold scissors. We got everything from Amazon, so you know, we got that good 2-day shipping. And you know, don't be fooled guys, this jumpsuit was so hard to find in my size for someone that's like 5 foot. So I definitely had to resize it, and if you guys have to do that too, then I'll show you guys how. The first thing I did was cut off the sleeve, and then from the side seam I marked 2 inches up from the edge. I added pins to keep everything in place so that I could cut a straight line down. And I definitely overdid it with the pins, like this is just way too many pins, but you guys get what I'm doing, you know. I cut along the line, leaving a 1/2 inch of seam allowance. From there, I sewed along the line with a straight stitch to make my new side seam. So the crotch was way too low, so I brought up the crotch as well, and instead of making the line go all the way down to the ankles, I just gradually tapered down the line towards the leg. From there, you're going to do the same thing, pin it in place, and then sew along the line. So if the jumpsuit is still too long for you like it was for me, you could also remove the space in between the 2 buttons, and that's exactly what I did. So I just folded up the empty space and then I pinned it down in place. I did this to both sides in the front as well as the back. Once you feel like the fit is pretty good, you could go ahead and top stitch it with a straight stitch. Also, sorry guys if I'm zooming through this tutorial, it's because it's a tutorial within a tutorial, and I already did a whole video on how to resize your jumpsuits in another video, so I will definitely link that up at the top and down at the bottom if you guys want to watch that one as well. I also reshaped the sleeves because it was still too big, so I removed space from the bottom, and I also redrew the sleeve opening at the very top. After I redrew my sleeve, I cut it out and then I sewed the bottom edge to make my new sleeve seam. I'm gonna wear this costume once, so reattaching the sleeve isn't too technical for me. I'm just gonna totally eyeball it. All I did was place the sleeve on top of the body, and then I just redrew a new armhole shape. From there, I cut it out, I put the sleeve into the hole, and then I matched up the edges and pinned everything together. Once everything is pinned, I sewed with a straight stitch to make my new seam, and you know, that's pretty much it. This costume is so simple and so easy. I love that a big group of you guys could do it. I feel like if there's a big group just holding hands wearing red jumpsuits, it's just so creepy, and I feel like everyone in 2019 will know exactly where this is from. From one of my new favorite shows, we have Sabrina and Nick from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. As Nick, Connor is just wearing an all-black outfit, so he's wearing a black turtleneck, a collared jacket, slacks, and some shoes. And then for me, I am wearing a red long sleeve top with a lace collared top that I put underneath, and I also thrifted this one. I'm wearing a black skirt, tights, and some booties. The Book of the Beast is optional, but if you guys want to DIY your own, here's a quick tutorial. So all you're gonna need is a large book. I picked this one up from the thrift store for only $2. You're gonna need some cream and brown colored acrylic paints, a mini styrofoam ball, gold foil paint, and some black paint as well, paint brushes, and a glue gun. So first, take off the book cover, prep your book, whatever, and then you're gonna paint all over the book with some brown and reddish paint. I actually mixed a few paints that I had because one, I'm just too lazy to go to the store and actually get brown red paint, and two, I already had the paint, so might as well. So at first, I painted the book with a regular flat paintbrush, and then I switched over to an old makeup brush that I had, and I swirled the paint onto the brush, and I actually liked the way that this looked better than the original paintbrush. It just kind of made it a little bit more splotchy and had that antique vintage look, but you guys are free to do whichever one you want to do. While that's drying, you guys can cut your ball in half. Glue one half of the ball to the front of the book. You're gonna glue on the very center, but a little bit more towards the top of the book. I also added hot glue around the edges of the ball just to blend everything together. Then with a pencil, you're gonna draw a circle around the ball and then draw an upside down star within that circle. Then for that 3D effect, you're gonna add glue to the top of the pencil markings. So if you guys Google the Book of the Beast, it kind of looks like a ribbon clay type of thing, but you know, your girl doesn't have that. She has hot glue though. But if you guys want to be a little bit extra, then you could also pick up some clay from the craft store and use that instead. Next, you're going to draw a border along the edges of the book and then carefully paint that border with your gold foil paint. For the little corner designs, I actually just eyeballed them and kind of freehanded them because it seemed pretty easy enough. It's just little curves and little S shapes, but feel free to draw it out with a pencil first if you guys want to be more precise. I guess I forgot to film this part, but you guys want to poke a hole in the center of the ball with a toothpick to make that little white circle. Then you're going to add a small strip of black paint to the center of the eye. With your brown paint, cover any unwanted pencil markings and then add eyelids to the top and the bottom of your eye. I mixed white paint and the red and brown paint that I already had together, and with a toothpick I added veins to the side of the eye. Finally, paint your star with some gold foil paint, and that is pretty much it. As you guys can see from the final clip, I actually painted some areas with a darker paint, that way it could give it a little bit more of a vintage look. So for Sabrina and Nick's costumes, honestly, you guys could wear whatever you want. It doesn't have to be exactly what I was wearing because they kind of just wear normal clothes, just with a color scheme. So as long as Nick is wearing black and white with a semi-formal type of outfit, you're totally fine. And then Sabrina always just wears black and red. So as long as you incorporate those colors into her outfit, you could have a Sabrina costume. Sorry, I just really love my Annabelle pillow. I hope you guys don't give my video a dislike for that. However, if you guys did enjoy it, please give this video a big thumbs up to let me know that. If you guys want to connect with me, all my socials are at the Nava Rose. I hope this helped with some costume ideas, and I will see you guys in the next Halloween costume video. Bye!